I never been a robber. Like I never robbed nobody ever. Ever in my life, I never robbed nobody. Now I done took shit from a couple people. I done took a few things, as a young nigga. Like I said, that nigga owed me some money. I took his headphones, shit like that. I took another nigga headphones too before. It's a funny story too. This the only time I ever seen Linwood and Zone 8 come together to beat a nigga ass. I'ma tell that story on another one. I took shit from people, but everything I took from a person because they did something to me or they owed me something and I just took something from their ass. So I don't call that no robbery. That was fair exchange. I never been no broken no houses, like no burglar. I ain't did that shit wasn't in me. I ain't got the nuts to be in nobody house creeping around and stealing and shit and take. I know a few niggas that got their heads blew off about doing shit like that. That's just always was some stupid shit to me. I never been no burglar. My niggas used to be like we used to be walking to school some mornings. We'd be walking deep, and my niggas would go off and they'd do burglary, and the rest of us we'd go to school. You know what I mean? Like people did they different things. It was like we wasn't weak, we wasn't scary. I mean, we wasn't no lames out the crew. That's why we wasn't doing it. No, people had different shit back in the day. Like everybody ain't do the same thing. Like some niggas was shooters and murderers. You know what I mean? Some of my niggas was robbers. Some of some of my niggas was hustlers. Like I was the hustler. I was more of a hustler because I was about getting some money. You know what I mean? Um, some niggas was fighters. Like I ain't gonna say I was a fighter, but I'll fight. But what I say a fighter is like a niggas used to be going to look for fights and all that shit all the time. Like my man Dirt had, like KP, you know what I mean? Like my man Lil Juwan, you know what I mean? Some niggas was just fighters, always looking for fights and shit like that. Now I was a nigga that'll fight and know how to, and I had me some hands on me, but a nigga had to be coming to fuck with me or something. But some niggas was fighters. We had just different. Some niggas was car thieves. We had groups of niggas out our crew was car thieves. I wasn't no car thief, you know what I mean? But we had different sections and people played their parts. Like them, them certain car thieves wasn't no hustlers. Some of the robbers wasn't no hustlers. You know what I mean? A lot of people went. So we all played our positions. That's when back in the day you be yourself. You weren't trying to be nobody else. But one thing I can say, I did used to go on licks, but not the licks y'all think. I went on corporation licks, like breaking in stores and shit like that. I ain't give a fuck about taking up from no foreigners, no stores and shit, cause they got insurance anyway. You know what I mean? So I did go on a few licks as a young nigga, and my niggas, I wasn't that. It was groups of niggas that used to do that on a regular. I'm not gonna say their names, cause I don't know the statutes and limitations on none of that shit. But all this, I tell you, these years was from '99 to 2002. You know what I mean? And I had my niggas that they was, you know what I mean. They used to go and breaking foot lockers, all that shit, liquor stores, all that. Come up to the school, hand us Cristal bottles, all that shit. You know what I mean? But I went on a couple missions with them niggas too. You know what I mean? Well, one night we used to all be on Virginia Park and Wildermere. We was out there deep. We wasn't that deep. It was about like 8, 9. It probably was more of us, but by the time we went on that mission, it was like 8 of us. I was the only nigga had a car, and we all hopped in my car, 8 deep. It's like 3 niggas in the front, 5 niggas in the back. And we like, man, we about to go steal a car. So we had a couple car thieves with it. We pulled out on Davidson and Davidson across from the park up there in between Livernois and Dexter. And it was a house right there. My man's hopped out, stole a van. Bam. Now I done loosen it up, loosen the car up some. Now it's like four apiece. Four in the van, four in the car. So we go down to Highland Park because we like, man, my niggas, they got it already planned. They like, we want to break into Imperial Sports. And I tell y'all this, my niggas is the reason why they got them center block, well, them big yellow poles all in front of them shoe stores and shit like that. That shit wasn't there. They just used to have the metal slide down, them metal doors that when they closed the shop, but them yellow poles wasn't there. My crew is the reason for that shit, cause them niggas was running their shit all over the city. So this particular night, I go with them. But before we go, we went to Highland Park and my nigga stole another car. They hop, I'm sitting there in my car. They said, and they went and got another car. Bam! So now it's Mo split off. Two niggas that hopped in the car. One of them niggas that hopped out my car hopped in the car. Now it's like three of us in my car. I can say my man's name. He was dead. My nigga Lil Mike. R.I.P. to my man Mike Dollar, baby. Me, him in the car, and one of my mans in the back seat. I ain't gonna say his name because he's one of them niggas that ran up in there in that Imperial Sports. But we stop at this gas station on Hamilton and Glendale, and we like, man, we gonna run in that bitch and just take everything we can grab, nigga. We ran in that bitch and did a snatch and grab. And we went in there. We grabbed chips, pop, whatever they had, dog. We left a couple of them aisles bare. Everybody ran out that bitch. We laughing, ah. So we hop in the three cars, bam, and pull off. Me and Mike in my car, and everybody, we all went in different directions. When we pulled out the gas station, because we were driving so fast, and I just started driving. I was only 18 or 19. I ain't know Highland Park like that. I ain't used to go to Highland Park, but we knew where the shoe stores at was on Woodward. But sometimes my direction be off. Even now, sometimes I'll fuck around and go the wrong way. Sometimes I have to turn back around. But we pull off, and me and Mike going the wrong way up fucking Hamilton. And we don't know which way they went. We all pulled off fast, but we knew we was all going on that mission. So after about 2-3 minutes, we like, man, we going the wrong way. Like this shit seemed like we going back to the hood. So Mike like, yeah, dog, I think spin this bitch around. So we spin around, and we driving toward the right way now. Like bam. So now we shit about like 5, 6, 7 minutes off of the fucking the mission. We like, damn. So we like, we pull down there to we find a store we want to go to, but when we pulling around the corner at the shopping center, we see a whole bunch of disco police lights. We like, damn. And we pull around there and I see the van my niggas was in crashed into the fucking Imperial Sports. And the other car gone. I'm like, damn, what the fuck? We like them niggas done got that bitch. Damn, we missed out. So me and Mike come back to the hood and shit, and we sitting outside in the car. Now it's like 4 in the morning. We sitting out because we used to be on VP all night. We done pulled 24 hours out there. That bitch used to be hype. Anybody know about VP and Wildermere back in 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002? They know that was one of the most hypest strips and streets around this bitch. That bitch was on fire like Cash Money. So me and Mike sitting in the car, and a couple of our mans walk up the street. Them niggas fresh already. They ain't even wait. Them niggas had new hats on. They was fresh from their head to their feet. And we like, man, where everybody? They like, go around. I don't want to say my man's name because they still living. Go around to such and such house. The two brothers, like, just go over there and watch. And we pull around there. Woo, man, it's a goddamn clothing store in there, man. Them niggas had all the whatever that Imperial Sports carried. They had it. It seemed like they stripped that bitch to the bone within. We was only 10 minutes off the lick. And within them 10 minutes, them niggas stripped that motherfucker down to the bone. There was so much shit in there. They got shoes. And my niggas like, damn, man, y'all went the wrong way, dumbass niggas. We like, yeah, man. They like, oh, all the shit in there, get what y'all want. Because we was click tight like that, man. We was in there picking and choosing what we want. Yeah. A lot of that shit I ain't even want. I used to be fresh as hell. I ain't where that Imperial Sports at. basketball ass shit, but I just got a couple little shits, you know what I mean? But the niggas had Prestos, Air Ones. I couldn't fit none of the shoes. Niggas had jerseys, all type of shit. That platinum FUBU shit out. I wasn't wearing that bullshit then. I was on another level of dressing, but it was the latest shit out. But that was just a funny story, dog. We went the wrong way, missed out on the lick, but we was gonna go in that bitch. But we ain't miss out on all of them. It was another nights we was out, breaking and shit, all type of. I never robbed nobody, nothing, but I've been on them licks, on them store licks, liquor store licks, all that shit. But the next day after them niggas hit that Period Sports lick, man, the whole neighborhood where we hung at, all the young niggas had on goddamn FUBU jerseys. It was the FUBU jersey that said Cleveland in the front. Like they just took a whole rack of the Cleveland ones. The niggas, either they had that on or they had on these and one outfits. I remember they was red with the black shorts. Niggas had that shit on. It was just a good time, dog. And niggas had so much clothes that one of the big dope dealers, man, R.I.P. to him. I don't want to say his name on here either, but he was opening up a clothing store up on Wildermere, and he came around there, bought a lot of that shit. You know what I mean? Bought because that's how much shit they had. I don't know how they fitted all that shit in that car, dog. And it had to be shit about six of them in the goddamn car because everybody hopped out my car except me and my nigga M Dollar. We the only niggas that missed the lick. So them niggas, they must have ran with clothes and shoes all in their lap. But when they was telling us what they was doing, they went in there and took everything out that bitch, dog. And after that, they put them yellow poles in front of all them stores, man. Them concrete poles, man. But shout out to my niggas, man. That was some fun times, dog. Them niggas had, man, all type of gear, man. We just do fun shit like that, man. That shit was really fun, dog. Like memorable shit, man. Me and my niggas get together who was all used to go on them type of licks with us. We all be laughing, man. I got funny one with my mans. We was in front of a liquor store on 6 Mile trying to break in that bitch one night. we was sitting in the car to waiting on my mans to bust all the lights out on the corner, and that shit was so funny. How my homeboy he was creeping, and we was like, man, he looked like Master P on Bout It. Got that I'm Bout It movie, dog. How he had on a freaky silky ass shirt like a Versace shirt. And that nigga was running across it. He was trying to bust the lights out. Couldn't even bust the light. They throwing big ass bricks up there. I don't even know why we was gonna bust out the light so it could be dark and people can't see us on the corner. But we all waiting in the cars. We wait 10 minutes for these niggas to bust the lights before we can go in the goddamn store. Up there, 6 Mile shape. Goddamn police department right around the corner too. Good thing we didn't get caught doing that dumb ass shit, man. Yeah, it's just funny ass little stories, man. We used to do funny ass shit, dog. That shit, man. Good times, man. R.I.P. to my niggas, man. A lot of my niggas gone, man. And shout out to my niggas who was here who know them stories, man. You had to be around us to know, man. A lot of niggas don't know we was doing a lot of, man, wild shit as young niggas, man. But that was just a funny night, man. Funny story. We missed a damn lick. Me and Mike, man. R.I.P. to Mike. I miss you, boy. Well, that's the end of this video. I'll shoot another one later.